Most people skip Matthew 1 because it's just a list of names, right? But what if I told you hidden inside that list are 4 women whose stories changed the course of redemption forever? The Gospel of Matthew begins with a long genealogy, 42 generations tracing from Abraham all the way to Jesus. To many, it feels boring, but to ancient readers, it was shocking. Why? Because Jewish genealogies rarely included women, and definitely not women with questionable pasts. Yet Matthew, guided by the Holy Spirit, broke tradition to include Tamar, Rahab, Ruth, and Bathsheba, for names that tell us God's grace started long before Bethlehem. Tamar's story in Genesis 38 is messy: deception, loss, and desperation. Her husband died, her rights were denied, and she took a bold step that scandalized her family. But from her courage came twin sons, one of whom, Perez, carried the bloodline that would lead to Jesus. Tamar's story whispers, God can turn even disgrace into destiny. Next comes Rahab, a prostitute in the city of Jericho. When Israel's spies came to her home, she hid them, risking her life. Her faith saved her and her entire family. Later, she married Salmon, and their son Boaz became the great-grandfather of King David. Rahab's story proves that faith, not your past, defines your future. Then there's Ruth, the Moabite widow who followed her mother-in-law Naomi, saying, Your God will be my God. She left everything behind to serve a God she barely knew. Her faithfulness led her to Boaz, Rahab's son, and together they became part of the royal line of David, and eventually of Jesus. Ruth's story reminds us that outsiders are never outside God's plan. And finally Bathsheba, the woman whose name Matthew doesn't even mention directly. He calls her the wife of Uriah. Her story was one of pain, betrayal, and loss. Yet God still brought beauty from her tragedy. Her son Solomon carried on the royal line that would lead to Christ. Through Bathsheba, we see that God can redeem even the deepest wounds. So why would Matthew include these women? Because he wanted every reader to see that the coming of Jesus was not built on human perfection but divine grace. From Tamar's courage, Rahab's faith, Ruth's loyalty, and Bathsheba's redemption, we see the full picture of a God who brings light out of every shadow. Before Jesus ever healed the sick or walked on water, his very bloodline told the story of mercy. A Redeemer born from broken stories to heal broken people. So next time you open Matthew 1, don't skip the names. Each name is a reminder that grace runs in his family. And through Jesus, it runs in yours too.